Hey everybody, thanks for coming by. Good to see you. Hey, we were at the Orchlands, which is like a Tractor Supply around here, the other day looking for some things, and they had these lawn swings on sale, and Pat says, "Oh, I want one of those. Don't you want one of those?" She says, "I want one of those." I said, "All right, we'll get one of those." So we did. We got one, and there's the seat for it. It's a really nice piece. It's soft pine. It's all turned and lathed and sanded, and it's really nice. I do need to go over it and sand up a couple places where it's been nicked, and then stain it. But before I do that, you know how we do at Tough Dog's place. We just can't leave anything alone. And Pat also is bringing home all these scrap pieces of lumber that come in some shipping, something they get over at her department, and they all get thrown away, which is just a colossal waste. But it's like 2.5 inch by 48 inch pieces of soft pine, and I just got a gob of them because she got permission to bring some home, and she did. She brought bundles of them at a time. And she says, "I know you'll find something to do with them." Well, I've decided, yeah, I'm going to use some of them. I'm going to use some of them to restore this patio set that's over there on the front porch. I think you can see it over there. Those black ones, they've got wooden slat seats, and that little table got a wooden slat top. It all needs to be replaced and redone. So I've got enough to do that, plus I've got a lot more. So I've decided that the only thing this little swing set needs, I was thinking, was something to keep the shade in our eyes. So I'm thinking about building something to fit on the top and block the sun from getting in our eyes, and maybe a couple side tables of some sort to go on it for our drinks and whatnot. As they say, whatnot. A term that's used for when you don't know what else to say, if you look it up. I'm thinking like drinks and ashtrays, cigarettes, dog treats, whatever else we might have in our hands at the time. So, yeah. Let's have a look at that seat. It's really neat, man. It's got a really nice old country feel to it when it's all assembled, and they've done pretty nice work with it. So yeah, it was a deal we could have lived without it, but since it's here, I'm going to do that, and then we're going to stain it, and then put some polyurethane on it, and we'll see how it turns out. But the first thing we got to do is right up here on top, right here, all these pieces overhang. I think you can see, like right here, how they overhang. And there's just not enough width in there for one of these boards to fit in there. See, it won't lay down flat, and I don't want it at that severe an angle. So I'm gonna cut these off to where they're straight across the top. And I'm not gonna build anything super technical or any fancy thing. I'm just gonna make a piece that's that wide as that board is, kind of square, with a bunch of slats all running in the same direction, with a small enough gap in them that it can swell and contract without binding up and breaking apart, and then just be able to screw it down to the top there. That's my plan anyway. Now how long it'll last is something else to be seen, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, So, I've got my Sawzall, the new Harbor Freight, Chicago Electric. I'm just going to try to take a straight cut right across there. Alright, I can sand them off, smooth them back out. We should be good to go. Alright, so I got my little Black & Decker mouse with some new pads. These are great little palm sanders. They cost about 20 bucks and you get like a whole bunch of sandpaper with them. And when you go to get replacement pads, they carry them at Walmart. They're like 5 bucks for a package of 5, I think it is, with 3 different grits. Make short work of a little project like this. Saw how quick I buzz those down. I don't want it to be perfect. I just don't want it to have any loose splinters hanging out, you know? And like there was a nick there that I could see if you had a sweater on or something, it would catch it. You know what's funny about this lumber I'm using is that they all came with one of these little UPC codes on them. Some of them were missing, but a lot of them had it stapled to the end of it or taped to the side of it, and I had to take them off. But that just tells you that some company paid to have all these made, you know, out of rough number 2 second grade lumber, but still they paid to have them all cut and probably a quick sand on them because they're not bad. It's just got a few breakouts and a few knots and things like that. But yeah, and they were gonna throw them away. Man, what a waste, you know. That's the way America is. Just throw stuff away. I know it's so hard for everybody to go out of their way and recycle stuff. And some companies will say, well, it costs us more to recycle it does than it does to have it hauled off to, well, that's what's happening to our world we live in. Just ain't worth a dang, you know. they should quit making plastic bottles. You know, there's such an abundance of those things, and they'll never deteriorate and go back into Mother Earth. They'll be there for thousands of years, and they just keep making them every day. And people keep drinking that bottle of water, throwing that thing in the trash, and it goes to a landfill, and it ends up in the ocean or in a lake or wherever, you know. Anyway, back to business.
Wow, it's not even close. What the heck?
Alright, got my carpenter square out. I went around it, pushed in all the edges, and it was way off. It was over 1.5 inches off. It looked square when I put it together, but nope. So now I got those snugged back down. Gonna check it again. 66 1/8. 66 1/8. I live with that. And it looks dead nut. All right. So, back to business. Put 2 more screws in each corner to lock it in place. Or 1 more screw in each corner, that is, so there's 2 in each corner. Same thing over here. Okay. All right. Let's see what I got going on here. We'll push these buttons, and the chuck comes off. We got a screwdriver in there. Oh, I like that. I like that. That's a nice screw. That's Black & Decker. Just like the mouse, little sander, Black & Decker. They're hard to beat. Alright. I gotta figure out whatever it is I'm gonna use for my spacer in between them all. And get that the right size. Good glue. By the time I got those boards all screwed down, I went to reposition that very end one because the gap was a little bit off and it was stuck solid. I felt like I was going to tear something up if I pried it apart. So I ended up leaving it alone. Good glue. It was set up and hard as a stone in less than an hour. Alright, here's a glance at what we did. I still got to put some supports on there in the front and the back to hold it. It's just actually balancing up there right now. And give the thing a good staining. Get some supports on it, give it a good staining, it'll be ready to go. Yeah. So I got a bunch of them, and I don't know what they are. I think they're for some sort of construction in homes that have, like trailer houses where they have metal framework, and they drive this pointed end into something and this end as well, and then they can secure it through these holes and then a screw hole. But I'm not sure exactly what their application is. But anyway, I've got them, and I've got them because I thought I could utilize them for something else. And I believe this will be perfect on this project because my thought is I can drive this end right into the wood and then put a screw in it. And on this end, I can weld a washer to it. And then I'll be able to run a screw through the washer up into the top part of the canopy. So, yeah, that's my thought. So I'm going to get ready here and try to weld these washers on there, and I'll get back with you. if any of you guys know what these little brackets are actually for, please let me know. I'm really curious to know exactly what they're supposed to do in this world. Love this new welder. 190. Love that thing. It makes life so much better. Did you notice there was hardly any splatter or anything like that? They just come out clean. They're not, you know, I have a hard time seeing through my helmet, so that's part of the reason my welds don't look that good, because I just can't see what I'm doing. I can't get focused on the puddle. All I can see is the flash, the white light. And I don't know if that's my eyes or if that's my helmet or what. I actually have two different helmets, and I thought the new one would be better, but I actually, the last time I welded and welded good, I was seeing better with my old helmet, so I'm confused. I really don't know. But that's another video.
What's the hardest stone?
Huh?
What's the hardest stone in the knob?
I don't know. I can't hear you.
You, okay.
What?
You.
Well, that's it for today. I gotta get some rags together before I start staining that thing. And but yeah, we got all the components put together, so just be a matter of staining it, polyurethaning it, putting it in place, then putting the canopy on it. Oh yeah, I want to build some little shelves for our drinks and things. But I'll show that to you when I get that far. Alright, you all take care. Thanks for coming by. It's good seeing you. And cheers. Oh yeah, and welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you all for coming on board. Good to have you. Thanks. Bye-bye.